All right. I think that we are live. So, welcome, guys. This is the Halloween edition. I am your trusty pirate squid. So, I can already tell that this is going to be a wacky stream. Besides the fact that I'm wearing a squid hat, my friends are over from like old college friends are over, and I think I mentioned in like past live sales that I don't do anything really with alcohol or anything like that very often, and I can go like months and months and months without you know even remembering when was the last time I had a drink. My friends, however, they drink a lot, and so I'm now drinking Founder's Breakfast Stout, and I'm sure that as the stream goes on, it's gonna get sillier and sillier. So, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, the other thing that might make this silly is that nobody here, outside of myself, who's gonna be drunk at some point soon, actually knows what they're doing. So, a couple of my friends are manning the camera and manning the chat session. So, they're all very new to this too. Unfortunately, Robbie couldn't make it, so he's the one that was usually doing chat or operating the camera. He's not here, so so I have my friend from college, Lawson. He's shooting some behind-the-scenes footage, so when we do like a behind-the-scenes video, we'll put that together from the stuff that he shot. His wife, Suzanne, is the person that you're going to be talking to during chat. And let's see. She is a lawyer, and I told her that if anybody misbehaves, that she has free range just to ban people outright. So hopefully nobody misbehaves, but somebody always does, and we love banning people. And so, did I talk about Michael already? So Michael, who usually isn't even here during our live shows, is this first time operating the camera. So nobody knows what we're doing. Nobody understands. So yeah, this should be good. It should be real good. Hey Rico's Reef, what is up? Glad you guys could make it. All right, so the way that these live shows work, it's best to open up a separate website other than YouTube, to go to tidalgardens.com and go to the live sale section. It's going to be a little thing you can navigate to from, there's like a button in the top left that's a flashing red light that says live sale. There is going to be like a big, long, numbered list of corals. So, like for example, number one, there's the Miami Lobo. If you like it, for $25, you can just put it in your shopping cart and check out. Shipping, and I do have the rules kind of like listed out here somewhere. So let's go ahead and toss that up. So yeah, that's how it works basically. Shipping, $39.99 flat rate. It's free for orders over $250, and always pick local pickup or live sale, which zeroes out the shipping, because in order to actually get the item, you have to check out with it. It's not good enough just to have it in your shopping cart. That doesn't save it on its own. So you've got to actually check out every single time. After the first day, there's not a lot of competition, but if you're like watching it live, some of the more popular corals might be going very quickly. So it's a good idea just to check out. Don't worry if you pay shipping more than once. Everybody does it. We just will refund that once we catch it. So, anyway, let's go. So, that first coral here is a Miami Lobo. It's the only Lobophyllia that we've got on this auction. Lobophyllia are a somewhat slow-growing large polyp stony coral. They've kind of got that purple center and a bright orange outer polyp. They're not that difficult to keep, medium flow, medium light, that sort of thing. And you can feed them, but they're a little bit more reluctant when it comes to feeding compared to some other brain corals and stuff. I guess the only other thing is they're pretty slow growing. That's from what I've seen. I've seen a lot of other brain corals that do grow pretty quickly. Even amongst other types of lobos would grow faster than this one in particular. Yes, and as far as like shipping outside of the U.S., there's going to be no shipping outside the U.S. It's a pretty big ordeal to get import-export permits for everybody, and the cost of it's exorbitantly high. So unfortunately right now we don't do any exporting. All right. Next up, next coral. It's an orange Leptastrea. One of these corals like that, it's not really entirely certain what type of, is it a large polyp stony, is it a small polyp stony? And Michael, that head needs to be brightened up quite a bit. Okay. Yeah, it's a little dim. There you go. So, yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter in terms of care. They do physically have small polyps, but in terms of their actual care, you're looking more like what you might consider for a large polyp stony. It's going to be like low to medium light. They tend to do a lot better in the wintertime because of that. They struggle a lot in the summer. I think they're just getting too much light. So, yeah. So actually, in the chat, let me know what you guys are dressing up as for Halloween. Like, Halloween is like easily my favorite holiday. You get to do silly stuff like this. Get to eat candy. Not that you couldn't always eat candy, but you can eat a lot of candy. Yeah. All right. Next up, this is the yellow Leptastrea. It's got kind of a bright yellow center, and the tentacles are like a lime green color. All right, next coral. We've got a freak hair Pavona. I like the like that fuchsia deep purple base on these guys, and when you put this under a full actinic, the tentacles themselves are like a bright green, almost yellow. Oh sweet, Mr. D, he's the left shark. Nice. A whole bunch of people don't get that joke, but it's like the left shark was the performer in the shark costume during like I think it was like the Super Bowl when Katy Perry was performing. Now what was the shark doing that was interesting? Oh, it wasn't dancing like the other ones, or
yeah, it was barely dancing at all.
Oh really? It wasn't barely dancing?
Yeah, completely out of sync.
That's hilarious, left shark. All right, number 5. Let's move on. This is an orange Pavona. Wendy Williams, dressing up would require me to get out of my PJs. One time, I went out as a Snuggie, so you can get away with staying in your PJs and going out for Halloween. Okay, let's see. Number 6. Pink Cyphastrea. All of these Cyphastreas that we're going to be showing here are very low light corals. So if you have a system with some pretty muted lighting conditions, they'll be great in systems like that, or even like under like overhangs and in caves and stuff like that. We keep ours in really low lighting whenever possible. So I don't think that you can even find an area that's too dim for them. So Bruce said, I'll be the drunk guy at a hockey game tonight. Nice. I actually saw a movie about hockey recently called Goon. Surprisingly good.
I saw that on Comic Book Girl Link.
Yeah, Comic Book Girl 19 recommended it as one of her like top 15 movies that you probably haven't seen, and yeah, it was really good. Okay, next up, number 7. This is a meteor shower Cyphastrea. So these guys are known for having like a nice blue base, blue teal-ish base, and bright red polyps. Oh, in case you're wondering, there's going to be a total of 125 corals. So I want to hopefully get the sale done in less than 2 hours, so that we can go hit the bar or something like that. And you guys can go hit the bar earlier if you like. Last show was 3 hours. It's kind of long, so we'll see. Okay. Numero 8. It's the green-eyed Cyphastrea. Kind of a bluish-purple base with bright green polyps. And no, I could not have found a better costume. So I was actually planning on being like Mad Max for this, and you know, I got that like that metal face mask thing. It turns out that that is actually super painful to wear, and I couldn't wear it for more than like a minute. So I returned that and got this. Besides, this is awesome. It's a squid and it's a pirate. Does your sister company ship dry goods all over the world? No. No. US only. Again, it's comes down to shipping price. We possibly could ship to other locations, but you might not like the $300 shipping tab. Okay. Number 9. It's a Harlequin Cyphastrea. Nothing wrong with 3 hours. Good to have kids' Halloween candy to give me a sugar high. Yeah. The Harlequin Cyphastrea is my favorite. I like the tricolor look. You got the purple, got the yellow, got the red. And speaking of like Harlequin and Harley Quinn, I'm really excited about the new Suicide Squad movie that's coming out. I'm big on superhero movies, but I'm not big on like Avengers. Like, I think Avengers is the only one that I'm not into. Yeah, I might have to take some extra potty breaks. I'm like eating and drinking the entire time. All right, next up, number 10. Oh, almost made it. Do you have to move the slider?
Okay.
Do you? I don't know. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I'm good.
Stop drinking. You're gonna go drunk on us. I'm probably drunk already. Like that's kind of like one of the perks of not ever drinking is it takes about 3 sips and then I'm already drunk. Just binge watched The Flash season 1. It's pretty good. Flash is alright. I like Arrow better though. Yeah, I don't know. Avengers is like too happy or something. Like it's all bright and colorful and happy. Not into that. I like super dark stuff. So supposedly they're going to be making like The Killing Joke into a animated movie. I'm into that. I want to see Batman v Superman. Is the camera guy drunk? He might be. We're all drinking, like literally all of us. So, wow. Yeah, I'm excited for Star Wars. Okay, let's go to number 11. Golden Leptoseris. And we're all drinking like heavy craft brews. I think that that Michael, the cameraman, he's drinking Old Rasputin, if you're familiar with that. It's a Russian Imperial Stout. It's very good. It's very chocolatey, very bitter. Yeah, Arrow is sweet. Like, I didn't think I would like Arrow as much as I would. But they kept my attention with this incredibly gorgeous looking cast. Like everybody is ridiculously pretty in that movie or in that TV show, and so even when it's like not holding my attention plot wise, it's like you can just look at everybody and be all right. I mean, even like the people that are supposed to be like that person's parents look like they're 3 years older than them and still really good looking. So anyway, gotta love the CW. Okay, number 12, Jack-o'-lantern Leptoseris. So I should probably talk about corals just a little bit. So Leptoseris, and you might notice that these are a lot cheaper than they usually are. It's kind of a little Halloween special. I mean, it's a jack-o'-lantern, so there's a little bit of a break for you. At one time, these were like $400 an inch or something like that, but they're so easily propagated that the price per frag is like definitely going down. They're not going to be $20 very long. I mean, this is clearly just for this live show, but pick them up while you can. Yeah, so Old Rasputin. I don't know who makes that.
North Coast.
North Coast Brewing. Yeah, David. Founders is Michigan, and like yesterday we had a Michigan versus Akron brewery competition. So Hoppin' Frog is like the best Akron brewery in my opinion. We actually have two really good breweries. Yeah. Coors Light. No. Okay, next one, also Jack-o'-lantern number 13. So if you missed out on 12, there's 13 to pick you up. And moving along to 14, 3 different jack-o'-lanterns right there. Happy Halloween, kids. All right. So we're going to be, when the screen goes black like that, it's not the stream. We're just moving the entire slider over. Yeah. By the way, like nerds rule the world. I don't know if you've picked up on that little trend. But if Mark Zuckerberg woke up one day with LeBron James as rich as he'd kill himself. Nah, nerds have all the money, all the power right now. I'd love to be a nerd. I am a nerd, but like I want to be a more successful nerd. Okay, so we're up at coral number 15, the green cabbage leather. You know what? I haven't tried Hop Slam. Like all my friends here so that's Suzanne, by the way, in chat saying Hop Slam is fantastic. I haven't tried Hop Slam, but I've heard good things. The reminks, any Euphilias, at the very end. So we've got 125 corals. It's like the very, very end. Leptoseris, you know, I've never been able to feed them. They have really tiny polyps, David. So I have not really gone out of my way to feed those guys. How many frags can ship for the $39.99? Doesn't matter, like all of them. The thing is, though, let's say you order 20 corals. There's no way that it's going to be under $250, so it's going to ship for free. All right, we're moving on. Number 16. This is a green pipe organ coral. So these guys are called pipe organs because of their skeleton. It looks like a red base in the shape of like a pipe organ-like structures. So you only can tell that it's called a pipe organ once it's kind of dead. Kind of defeats the purpose. Otherwise, it kind of has these like daisy-looking polyps. Wait, David, it was number 1 in all the beer charts for a bit. So context. Is that Hop Slam they're talking about? Hop Slam was number 1?
Yeah. It was.
Overrated. I'm calling it right now. Okay, number 17. Moving on.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah, I'm a hater. Number 17, balloon green star polyps. And number 18, the feathery green star polyps. You can see a little bit on how they differ in the way that their polyps look. So Dogfish had 61 minute. It's 60 minute, right? Or is it, or is 61 a thing? I always thought it was 60, like the 60 minute IPA. Unless they made a 61 that I don't know about.
Doing variations.
Oh, is it a variation?
It could be. I know there's like a 90-minute they've made. 20-minute.
Because I've tried. So I like the 90 better than the 60, and the 120 is completely different. And you can't even buy that in Ohio. It's too alcoholic.
Yeah, they
For
got
us.
60, 90, and a 120.
But a 61? I don't know.
Mostly just 60, 90, and 120.
Okay. Yeah, 120 is almost like a wine or something. Okay, next up, neon green Nepthea. That's not how you spell Nepthea, by the way. That's probably like a spell check thing. Here, let me go ahead and fix that. Nepthea. That's the beauty of doing stuff live. Crack open another beer. I'm like 2 sips into this one. Yeah, it uses grape mash. You can tell it tastes very like wine-like, that 120. I've only had it once though, because I had to go again with my Michigan friends that drink too much. One of our friends, he's a doctor. He got that, and so yeah. So I mean, of those 3, my favorite is the 90. Like, but then again, it's been years since I had it, so maybe my tastes have evolved. So neon green Nepthea. So you might see here and there that we have multiples of some of them. So if you're looking for one, and it's a less of a chance of missing out on a particular coral. They might not be what you see is what you get, but you can kind of see them in the background and stuff. The remix, I'm 13, planned on setting, I can't read when I'm alcoholic, on setting up the 10-gallon Nuvo with the Mame Nano Skimmer, stock filtration, plus Fosguard, and filter floss, and then, okay, and Refugium. Okay. Sorry, Kristen. Did you see the glorious pirate hat? Kristen's a friend of mine from around here, and she's also friends with the cameraman. And she's only checking. She's not into coral at all, but she's into alcohol, and so she's gonna hang out to see me get progressively drunk as this broadcast goes on. So Rico, the lens that we're using is a 100mm macro L. It's for Canon, and it runs about $900 to $1,000, something like that. And you can buy a $400 version of this lens. That's a 100mm macro Canon that is 99.999% as good. David, just to be sure, can I just purchase the coral and just put the shipping as free until the end? Yes. All right, let's move on. Number 20. So this guy's really sweet. We almost never sell these. It's a frag of a crown leather. I'm not exactly sure what genus it is. I think it might be a shoot. Lithophyton? Can't remember. It's kind of a cross between like a sarcophyton and a devil's hand finger leather. Number 21. It's a blue Elegance. These guys are pretty small, maybe about 2 inches. I personally like Elegance corals a lot. They're really, really hardy, especially these that come from Australia. The Indonesian ones tend to have bacterial infection issues. But they can be kept in all different types of aquariums. The only thing that you kind of have to watch out for is they like to eat snails. And speaking of snails, I bought like 1,000 Asteria snails, and they have like changed my life. The amount of cleaning that they're capable of doing is like nothing short of miraculous, and it makes me feel so stupid that I went years without a cleanup crew. And usually I never have hermit crabs, but snails are perfectly fine. But you know, they die after like so many years, and then I just never really got around to refilling them, and I kind of forgot how good they are. So now I have like literally 1,000, and they're just like spread out all over, and they're just like making this whole place completely sparkling clean, and they're amazing. Yeah, thanks Reefer Boy. I know it's a dope hat. So pirates, I hope pirates become a thing. Like, I'm really, really, really tired of the whole zombie thing. Like, there's way too many shows about zombies. There's too many video games about zombies. There needs to be like more pirate-related content. Black Sails. If you people aren't watching Black Sails, you're sleeping. It is like Game of Thrones good, except it's about pirates. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean if it was... it's like a cross between Pirates of the Caribbean and Game of Thrones. And it's like a cool mishmash of fiction because it's kind of like this story of a prequel to Treasure Island, but it also has historical elements. So they're combining like the fictional characters in Treasure Island with like, you know, people that actually lived, and some of the stuff that seems so far-fetched, and then you kind of like Wikipedia about that character, and it turns out that that was a real dude that actually did all that stuff. So anyway, black sails, good pirate stuff. Number 22, let's move on. This is a lime green Elegance. No, that's not bleached. It really does look like that. It is really that cool. Black Sails, I don't know if it's on Netflix or not, but it's Stars. So if Netflix is doing its thing for Stars, that's a good place to check it out. Pirates and ninjas. That's hilarious. Okay, next up, number 23. Orange Rodactis. By the way, I don't. So last live sale, we had a whole bunch of people come in at about the 2-hour mark, and it was because for some reason like the YouTube notification system like only went out like 2 hours late. So good thing that we were going for 3 hours, because otherwise people would have missed all kinds of stuff, but at least they got to catch like the last hour of it live. So I don't know if like your friends aren't, you know, on here, you know, send them a tweet, hit them up on Facebook or whatever, you know, let them know that we're actually doing this. Like so I send out a newsletter, I do like Facebook, Twitter, all that fun stuff. But let your friends know. I mean, if they would enjoy something like this, you know, these costumes, I don't know. Okay, so we're heading into the mushroom section here. Number 24. Here's our green striped Discosoma. He's a little compact looking right now. I think he might be getting too much of a breeze. So, yeah, when it comes to like Discosoma and Rodactis, they can be propagated pretty easily. So one of these polyps can get multiplied fairly easily. They're really resistant to a whole bunch of different tank conditions. So yeah, when it comes right down to it, like they're great beginner stuff, but you're gonna notice that a lot of really highly sought after corals coming up are going to be from like this group. So a lot of them are really inexpensive, but some of the most expensive corals in the hobby today happen to be mushrooms, like both Discosoma and Rodactis. So definitely something worth paying attention to. Like at Macna, I guess there was a mushroom that sold for over $3,000 and later was resold for like $6,000. Those are those bounce mushrooms, which is, you know, I think it's a little bit hype driven at this point, but there's always something in this hobby that's going to be hype driven, and right now it looks like it's trending more towards some really exotic mushrooms. All right, and yeah, thanks for the share, you guys. Getting the word out. This is a neon green Rodactis. Usually it's very difficult to see that purple base because the green is so frilly and takes up most of the surface of the polyp. Can you do a vid of Rodactis? Probably. I just need to get good footage of Rodactises that I find really interesting, and there's a huge variation in Rodactis, so I want to make sure that I get enough footage to cover all the ones that I find really interesting. All right. Next up, yellow Rodactis. Anything that fluoresces yellow is going to be pretty special in my book. It's not too often where you get like, you know, that particular coloration that fluoresces. Oftentimes you're kind of limited to something that's really actually a green color that's fluorescing, and a lot of times if it's a light enough green, people call it yellow. This is actually like a canary yellow that's fluorescing. Other types of things that are canary yellow oftentimes don't fluoresce, like yellow polyps or like a sarcophyton, like a canary yellow sarcophyton. which is, a toadstool that, yeah, when you hit it with 10K light, it's bright, bright yellow, but it doesn't actually, glow under actinic. Sushi sounds delicious. I've been ruined by a couple of experiences. Like, I've had the best sushi in the world, and so coming back to the United States, it's really, really, really hard for me to get into it. Like, have you ever seen that documentary, Jiro Dreams of Sushi? You should check it out. Jiro, Jiro, Dreams of Sushi. It's a documentary about this 90-year-old master sushi chef in Japan. Well, we actually went to his restaurant when we were in Tokyo. Technically his son's restaurant. And it is like some real next level stuff. So coming back to the US, it is just not the same after that. So unfortunately, I have a hard time nowadays with sushi, and I'll just have to wait till I go back over there. All right, next up, number 27. In a bit. Matt, how many corals are you showing? We're going to be doing 125 this time. It's going to be a smaller live sale than it was last time. Okay, so David, like, check this out. So, like, it is generally considered the best sushi in the world, right? But what people don't tell you is that within walking distance, there's literally 1,000 like places in Tokyo where you can have sushi that's 99% as good as Jiro's for 1/10 the price. Like, and you're gonna find places like Jiro's, where there's gonna be like a 3-month wait, and it's gonna cost like $400 for you to eat there. There's places like that, but the place right next to it, unless you're like so up to date on like the really, really, really rare mollusks and stuff that you don't even know what they are, unless you're like into that kind of like level of sushi, a lot of Jiro's might be wasted on you. Like, a lot of it was wasted on me, and I am a foodie. So yeah, it's a Ricordea, I know. He's going too fast. He's like keeping me on pace. So yeah, like, if you go to like the Tsukiji fish market in Japan, like the biggest fish market in the world, there's probably like several hundred little restaurants, and they're all awesome, all tremendous. And then one of them will have like a 5-hour wait, and people line up at like 4 in the morning to get into that place. It's like, and like, how could it be that much better? But clearly it has a following. Okay, let's go to number 28. It's an orange Ricordea Florida. So Ricordea Florida, I think I've mentioned this in past broadcasts. They're going to be more and more difficult to find, I think, because they're the population kind of got depleted in the wild. There's like some crazy temperature events going on in the Caribbean, and unfortunately that's taking its toll on these guys in particular. Refroy, damn, you drinking already? I started drinking before this show even started, son. Alright, next up, remember when I was talking about like really, really impressive mushrooms? This is one of those crazy ones. It's an Interstellar. So under actinic, the base of it turns almost black, and those highlights are bright, bright orange, and then intermixed in there are like teal colored ones. So if you ever get curious, you can Google Interstellar mushroom. That's what one of these guys are. You're never going to make it through this. You're probably right. All right, number 30. It's a marble Discosoma. $31. A purple spotted Discosoma. So yeah, check the price difference between this and the Interstellar. Both are different types of spotted mushrooms, but there's that little extra bit of coloration differences makes one $10 and one $250. And the nice thing about mushrooms is they are easy to propagate, and they are easy to keep. So it's if you wanted to start like a crazy high-end mushroom tank, you can do it with less risk than say like a chalice coral tank or anything like that with pretty sensitive stuff. Cheers, Sarah Perkins. All right. Next up, number 32. Green spotted mushroom. Playground tactics. I'm sorry, we skipped the Interstellar, and you know what? We can't zoom. It's just unfortunately it's not a zoom lens. But definitely Google it. Like if you Google Interstellar mushroom, you can find a lot of really cool pics. Rico's Reef. Are you using the C100? Yes. Well, so this is an aggregate of a bunch of things. The camera that's pointed at the corals is a C100. The camera that's pointed at me, it's a laptop camera. What are those things called?
FaceTime camera.
FaceTime camera. Apple. Other than mushrooms, any other cool corals you recommend for starters? I forget what number it was, but like the neon green Nephtheas are pretty neat. Like tree leathers, things like that. Leather corals in general are pretty easy to keep, and if you can find like the fluorescent green varieties, I like those a lot. Green star polyps are pretty good. You just need to give them a lot of flow. Okay, let's move on to number 33. A blue spotted mushroom. We call this a blue spotted mushroom even though it's like clearly a very red mushroom. It's one of the cooler ones under actinic because both the red and the blue fluoresce. Welcome, Kevin Merriman. Glad you guys could finally make it to a live show. It's a lot of fun. This is kind of a weird live show. So I don't know if like you cut the beginning of it, but basically nobody here actually knows what they're doing. This is everybody's first time at this. I'm having like my house guests moderate chat, and another person that's never operated the camera before. He's my cameraman, and we're all drinking right now, and I'm wearing a squid. So yeah, it's a little bit weird. It's not always going to be like this. I promise. Okay, let's move on. Number 34. All right, so we're into the SPS section here. This is a purple sand dollar Montipora. And I don't know what's going on with this guy, but if you look at the top of the coral, he's actually kind of extending sweeper tentacles and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. Yeah, the thing is, David, like the video doesn't do it justice. Sometimes it really just comes down to lighting. The lighting that we're using is all like very white-looking T5. So a lot of the stuff is not going to actually display fluorescence, and that's fine with us because it gets a very neutral color. Because once you get into too much actinic, it just doesn't look right. So we chose to go with like a very neutral look for a lot of these guys. But if you were just looking at these under just actinic, they're completely wild looking. Matthew, wait, slave labor? If you ask my parents, probably. They work here a lot. They always kind of like, talk about how I don't pay them. They're like my undocumented workers. Okay, 35. Orange plating Monty. And it's got a giant Aptasia right in the middle that wasn't there yesterday. And that's just great. We'll feed that to a copper band before we go. The plating Monties are kind of cool because they make those like shelves. And they grow really quickly. The next one is another plating Monty. It's the green plating. I don't know if we have the entire selection of our plating Monties on this particular auction. I don't remember. Do I look ahead? Yeah, okay, good. The next one that I really like is coming up soon. Joe Gomez, did I miss any Euphilia? No. The Euphilias, I'm just going to let you know, it's going to be at the very end, like in the 120s. So, still got a ways to go. And I can't believe that we've been in this for 40 minutes and I'm only on number 36. So I need to pick up the pace. So we only have like one fish in here that eats Aptasia, and so we have to take all the corals and take it to him, and then he gobbles it up. But I think that I'm going to be getting some peppermint shrimp in a bit here. You can always tell like when all of your peppermint shrimp have died, when all of a sudden you start just to see a little bit more Aptasia kind of popping up. It's like, well, I wonder what happened there. It's like, oh, probably all my shrimp died. How old should your tank be before you can add Monty caps? Safe bet, 12 months. Ellery Wong, how many types of Cyphastrea do you have? Probably 4 or 5. Okay, next up is the red halo Monty. This is probably going to be as close as it gets to something with a purple rim. Moving the slider time. My cameraman, he's drunk. We're on the next one.
Oh.
This is going to be such an adventure. So the red halo Monty, it has like a purple base, and as it grows, develops like a red rim. All right, next up, 39. How are Scarlet Monty? This guy I think is the only encrusting Monty that we've shown. Yeah, peppermint shrimp are hit or miss, but they're, I guess they're consistent in that they'll eat the really small ones, and those are the ones that I'm worried about. The big ones I can easily just grab, toss it over to the copper band, and he'll take care of it in like 5 seconds. But the really tiny ones are the ones that kind of evade the fish. Yeah, seriously, don't drop my C100. I love it. It's my favorite camera ever. That I've ever used, I should say. One too many beers. For me, one too many beers, like one is usually one too many beers. I ain't gonna lie. All right, number 40. Oh, okay, in a bit. So Michael, David says, tell the bartender to cut that mic off. Man, it's a tough crowd. I'm almost at the bottom of this one though, Founders. So what's the alcohol percentage of these things? 8.3%. There you go.
Almost time for the hoppin' frog.
Almost time for the frog. So there's an Akron brewery here called Hoppin' Frog, and they sell. Actually, bring that over here. Bring that over here. So they only sell 20-ounce bottles. So you can see the difference in the size of the bottle. They only sell these big hunkers. And these things are always like mega loaded with alcohol, and they're delicious. So if you ever see a Hoppin' Frog thing at your grocery store and you're really into like craft beers, you need to check this out. Akron representing. There's some free publicity. Any Acros today? Playground, yes. Playground Tactics, yes. Okay, so Jack Frost Pallies, super cheap if you want to get them. They grow like crazy. Yeah, go for it. Next up, 41, and each of those will have about 20 to 30 polyps. 41. Okay, so those are more Jack Frost Pallies. You see, they're just growing everywhere. So we're getting into a few of the SPS here. This is a tiny frag of Stylophora. It's a really cool piece just because of the intensity of the green. No, that Hoppin' Frog was a porter. They make a lot of porters and stouts, and they do make a lot of IPAs. I'm not an IPA guy. I'm not an IPA guy though. I don't know. Are IPAs just easier to make than other beers? Because everybody makes 6 different types of IPAs. Not into that. Okay, next up, pink Stylophora. Okay, so the most famous Northeast Ohio brewery, or Ohio brewery period, is Great Lakes Brewing Company. and they make an IPA called Great Lakes or Lake Erie Monster. It's trash. Like, I hate that beer. It's
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. Yeah, I am not a fan of Lake Erie Monster, but I mean, if you're gonna drink an IPA, Dogfish, people. Yeah. So anyway, Stylophora. If you're looking to get into some of the easier SPS, stylos are a good place to start. Stylos, bird's nest, things of that sort. More challenging stuff would be the Montipora and the Acropora. All right, next up, 43. It's a pretty large frag of the bird of paradise. These are always a good, cool, multicolored bird's nest. Now, you kind of have to be careful because of the size of this guy. It's not that it's like particularly big, but usually we only sell tiny frags of this sort of thing because the way that we ship, it protects the coral. But because this guy is so large, we can't ship it in that same way. May or may not break, but it's not gonna hurt the coral. You can just like reglue it, the broken pieces. It's not a big deal. But if you're falling in love with the shape, don't fall in love with the shape. It might not show up in one piece. Just saying. Never go for skeleton color on stylos. Go for polyp color. PE is ridiculous, and you never see the skellies anyway. Interesting. Okay, number 44 is a pink bird's nest. Pretty cool. These guys actually develop like white tips as they grow. Just like corals, you need to try the better, easier IPAs to get the acquired taste. I've tried a lot of IPAs. I think Great Lakes Monster is just trash. Keeping it real. 45. Yellow bird's nest. Tiny frag. But they grow so quickly. If you wanted to get into something like that, it's a good starting point. How long should you have your tank before you get a stylo? You're looking at about 8 to 12 months. I mean, like the longer you can wait, like for whatever reason, I'm super conservative when it comes to stocking levels and stocking timing. So basically, the longer you can wait, the easier this whole process is going to be for you. Okay, next up, 46. This is a purple Acropora. So when it comes to acros, and I keep saying this, but like when it comes to acros, I'm really not well versed in the species identification of them, because they are by far the largest group that has been identified down to the species level by like J.E. and Viren and some people like that in Australia. So when it comes to species level identification, I'm pretty good with stuff that has like 1 or 2 species, but not 150. Like there's at least 150 different types of acros out there that are actually known species. So I have no idea what this is. All I know is that it's purple. So we'll go with that. Number 47. Likewise, this one's green, so I call it a green Acropora. I'm so creative, especially when I'm drinking. Can you tilt the camera up just a little bit, Michael? There we go. Cool. It's a pretty large piece. Hey, Tattoo Craze, what's up? David Torres, what is this? See, like David Torres probably just tuned in and is like, what's going on? Why is he wearing a squid? That's the least wacky part of this whole broadcast so far. The squid is like the most normal thing that's going on right now. Okay, 48. Moving on. Bro. Yeah, squid time. Oh, the grapes? The grapes is the crazy part? Let's see. So the prismatic acro, it's like a combination of like the purple, a teal, and a blue tip. Hardcore Franny, which corals can you stock your tank, let's say for 2 or 3 months of running? 2 or 3 months? It's gotta be pretty hardy. Thinking soft corals, thinking mushrooms. Oh, Sean Hooper, you suggested GSP as a good beginner coral a while back, but said they require a lot of love. Can you explain? A lot of flow. A lot of flow, not a lot of love. A lot of flow. When are Zoas coming? Soon. Okay. 49. Let's move on. This is a blue tip Acropora. The base is actually a little bit more cream. Like, you're getting a lot of purple coloration. There's one set of lights here, for whatever reason, has a very purple color. And we thought that it was a different thing going on with like the different bulbs or something. They're all the same bulbs. Every single fixture, we're using the same bulbs. For whatever reason, this particular fixture has a lot of purple going on. So the base is a little bit more like I said, a little bit more more teal, a little bit more cream, and it has like these brighter purple tip or bright blue tips. Olga, are you a little bit drunk right now? I'm a little bit more than a little bit drunk. Yeah. What are the parameters in your system? Come on, man. I have no idea. No, just kidding. We try to keep our salinity at 1.025. Lately, it's been creeping a little bit higher than that. And because our salinity is higher, we get kind of exaggerated figures for calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, that sort of thing. So it's a little bit higher. Like, we're getting like 400, 500 calcium, stuff like that. So it's not something to aspire to, I guess, as far as like chemistry goes. And also we have a calcium reactor that we haven't changed the CO2 out in for about like a month, which we really should get to, but I haven't gotten the chance to. All right. Number 50. It's a blue Acropora. Solid blue. Yeah, so we still have like about 75 corals left to go. Making slow time, but it's fun. We're having a good time because everybody here's drunk. All right, let's go to 51. Eventually. By any chance, is squid your favorite lunch? No. When you say you wait 12 months for stylage, do you mean an established fish only with live rock or converting your... Okay, so you're converting a fish only with live rock. Chemically, it's probably fine. I can't imagine why that would be a big deal. Watching Matt get drunk, living vicariously without the hangover. Nice. So, Michael, they're all over you about your drinking. Less so about mine. Okay, so this is our multicolored Pocillopora. It's got a bunch of different colors going on, like the teals, the purples, the creams. Like the base looks whitish, is actually the color of the coral. It's not just like the skeleton or anything. Can soft coral tanks survive off of blue LEDs exclusively? Maybe. It's probably not ideal, but it probably could. Like, blue LEDs don't really have a ton of spectrum. It's really narrow. Okay, next up, 52. It's a nice pink Pocillopora. Than, ever thought about farming designer SPS, or rather any plans to in the future? Maybe, but it would involve building a different building than what we have. Because the biggest ordeal that we struggle with here is the change of seasons, and it really, really, really screws with our SPS. So this is probably the first month or so where our SPS are actually colored up really nicely. And that color persists all the way till about February, and then it completely tanks once spring hits. So that change in light cycle and stuff like that, they don't like that. So we would need kind of more of a traditional setup rather than a greenhouse. Biggest tank you've ever kept personally? For pure aesthetics, probably like a 120 gallon, maybe? Yeah, no plates this live sale. Sorry. All right, number 53. Pink Pocillopora verrucosa. So this one has the interesting thing about it, other than its pink coloration, it's that it grows like these little knuckle-shaped nubs rather than like the traditional branches. It's actually one of the few corals that have that type of pattern, which is kind of neat. Okay, next up, 54. We have our pinwheel candy cane. They get pronounced like pinwheel candy cane spokes that are kind of like white colored around the rim. It's got a bright green center. These guys grow pretty quickly because each individual polyp will separate into two. So you get from 2 to 4, 8, that sort of thing. Number 55. Cobalt candy cane. This set of light is so strange in how it's completely different colors than all the other ones with the same light bulbs. So weird. Okay, next up, 56. These are like a bright fluorescent green, especially under actinics. Is this like the hustle or just a hobby to talk about coral? I don't know. 57. This is a Red Sea pulsing Xenia. People always ask, is this something that is going to grow like crazy? And about 80% of the time, it is going to grow completely rampant and completely dominate your aquarium. 20% of the time, roughly, it's just going to fizzle up and die. There's not a whole lot in between. There's no like medium-sized, well-kept colonies. It's always going to be like an explosion of growth or fizzle out or die. And people keep them in all different types of conditions and whatnot. And there seems to be like no rhyme or reason to why they do that. In the summertime, this is one of the few corals that in the summertime seems to do a lot better. They pulse vigorously, whereas when we get into winter, they lose that pulsing behavior. It's kind of weird in that way. Yeah, Olga, like these lights, it's like the strangest thing. We've marked them, and I wonder if it's the fixture or if it's the actual light bulbs. Because, yeah, I would have assumed that they were a completely different bulb. Do candy canes need to be fed? I don't know if they need to, but you can feed them. Drink up me hearties, yo-ho. Oh, we're getting on that. All right. Next up, we're getting into our zoas here. The first one are the Fiji solar zoas. You can pretty much try to feed any coral, and I always try to recommend doing so. So like candy canes are one of the easier ones to feed. They would probably grow a lot faster if you did. Pirates are supposed to drink rum. Yeah, rum's good. I like rum. Let's say 59. We have our Fiji rainbows. $60. More Fiji rainbows. Slightly larger colony, perhaps. $61. Green people eaters. This might be one of our last ones. I haven't seen very many of these in our systems. They're not particularly rare or anything, but I think that we've sold almost all of them. Okay, number 62. Orange eagle eyes. Now, eagle eyes, they're all the same pattern, but this one in particular has a distinct bright orange center. Saqib Mahmood. I'm not allowed to drink. Honestly, I don't know how much you're really missing out on. I'm probably going to pay for this whole day later on, tomorrow. 63. These are some Rastas, very, very popular coloration. Why is the rum gone? But why is the rum gone? Nestor Rivera, why are they called PE? What's PE? 64. Oops, I'm messing up. I'm messing up chat. Sorry. I was trying to look up for reference. Were they talking about something involving PE? Well, I don't know. So again, these are the Fiji Bam Bam Zoas. Super bright coloration. They fluoresce orange, so it's looking a lot more red on my screen, but it's definitely more of an orange fluorescence. $65. Oh, people eater. Like, why are they called people eaters? There was... I'm only going to speculate here. So, there was a football team a long time ago called the Minnesota Vikings, and I guess they're still around. And they had a defense that was nicknamed the Purple People Eaters because their uniforms were purple. And one day, somebody found a zoanthid that was purple. So they called it a Purple People Eater. Later on, they found a green zoanthid that kind of looked like the purple zoanthid, except it was green. So they called it a Green People Eater. The people who name zoanthids don't have any great reasoning for why something is called anything. But it started with this football team, American football, American hand egg, you know. It's not like the rest of the world. So you have this American hand egg football team because they wore purple, and somehow that related to a Paleothoa or a zoanthid. So they called that a Purple People Eater, and then it transitioned to another thing that's now green. So there's no Green People Eater American hand egg team that plays defense. Nothing like that. It's completely random. 66. On that note, some blue peppered agave zoas. Pretty cool looking. Don't know, so I can see why they call it blue. Peppered, meh. And agave is just, they call it that for any kind of that really interestingly speckled pattern. I've seen agave plants. They don't look anything like this. So, but pretty much all zoas kind of have that look. Gets that treatment. Ever heard of an Oompa Loompa, or is that my locals are naming it themselves? Actually, I have heard of like electric Oompa Loompa zoanthids. I don't know what they look like, but yeah, who knows? Are you coming back to Orange County for Max? I've never been to Max, and the last time I was in Orange County, people on the beach in Venice Beach threatened to throw me into a bonfire. Good times. I'm not joking. They threatened to kill me. Let's see. 67. Fruit Loop Zoas. Very, very popular. What's my favorite Zoas? That's a good question. I like the Rastas a lot right now. Need to bring you some Kush and then trade in for some Coral. Marijuana's not my thing. It's about to be legal in Ohio anyways. 68. Later. From the song, green-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. What song is that? Is it?
60s?
In the 60s? Huh. So we're at 68. These are the Smurfette Zoas. They are kind of like a pale blue color. We're just trying to clear those guys out. Have you seen King Midas Zoas? Yeah, we actually have a few. They don't grow very fast for us. That's the only problem. They, yeah, bright yellow. Actually fluoresces yellow. Like I said, fluorescing yellow corals tend to be a little bit harder to find here and there. But they're really nice. I just can't get them to grow extensively. Next up, 69. These are the Creamsicle Zoas. Again, this light it makes them look a little bit more purple than what I usually see. Usually the stripes and stuff like that almost look white rather than that cobalt colored. Next up, Purple Death Pallies. We've got a bunch of these, and this is probably the size that you can expect. You know, deep purple centers, a lighter, like light blue, almost a sky blue ring of tentacles. They fluoresce bright orange, amazing color for Zoa, worth a 10 ahead, just making sure the name is not so... whenever it comes to like goofy names and stuff like that, you can always just Google, like a Google image search, that name and Zoa, and see if somebody has just made it up just for themselves, because a lot of people do that. And, you know, maybe they're just trying to brand it themselves, which is cool, whatever. But I tend to try to name stuff that people might actually search for and get a consistent idea of what they're going to be getting. Okay, next up. I don't know what these are called, but if you like them, they're $20. And the next one is in a similar boat. 72. These guys were not open when we first made this initial list, so I had no idea what they were. So, again, they're $20 if you like them. Are the King Midas Zoas on the live sale? No. I don't know if we have any currently. We had them in the past. There might be some hiding here and there, but I don't think there's any on the live sale. Okay. 73. These are pink and gold Zoas. They'll, like the newer polyps tend to be more pink. The older polyps tend to have more of that yellow, goldish speckled color. So next up, we've got the pumpkin patch Zoas. And we have like several of these. They actually have like a bright orange center. It's not really showing up too well in this light. And feel free to Olga, feel free to invent any names you like for these. But typically, I'm like, when it comes to naming, I'm completely out of ideas. So I try as much as possible to use other people's names for stuff. And I'm a big like Google search junkie, so I definitely want to find names for stuff that people might actually search for. It's a pirate squid Zoa. I'll have to remember that. All right, 75. These are the mantis Zoas. It's like a dark purple center, almost black under actinics, and a bright green skirt. $76. These are Leonardos. How important is a calcium reactor in a 60-gallon reef? It's not varied. Like, It really just depends on how you want to be doing maintenance. Like, there's many ways to skin that cat, whether it's dosers, whether it's just doing more water changes, whether it's doing a reactor. So, how important is a calcium reactor specifically? If you do other things well, you can just get around it entirely. We happen to use a lot of calcium reactors just because of the way that we do maintenance. It's the most convenient for us. But if you like dosing pumps, if you just like manually dosing, as long as like you're getting to the values you like, and you're getting good growth, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Number 70 or 77. That's a second group of the pumpkin patch zoas. So if you miss on the first batch, here's the second batch. And I'm out of beer. There's like one little sip left. I'm sure more will show up later. Okay, so we're gonna take a short break. We're gonna relocate the entire rig here. So we shall be back in a few minutes. All right, everybody take a break, and we're gonna find more beverages and whatnot. And I should probably drink some more of this water. Or as Miss Saltwater Tank likes to call it, vodka. We'll be back.
Ready to crack open this one?
If you like.
All right.
Potty break. It's because you're scaring it.
You done with your bottle here?
Yeah. I'm not gonna drink that whole thing, dude.
No, you're not, but you'll pour yourself a glass on camera.
All right.
You got some work to do.
Need more breaks, anybody?
Nope, we're good.
I'm too worried that I set the beer down on the cart and then like it gets knocked over or something. So I kept it on the table. They're like, "Cameraman drove? No, he set down the beer 5 minutes ago."
And Michael was
He's
drinking-
just
he's
learning.
drinking less than anyone else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
funny.
I mean, once we started moving away.
You need to take the lens cap off though. After all that talk about how you're not drunk.
Imagine.
Oh boy. All right.
Oh wait, it might help to slide it. I should probably.
Overlay rules. Do you guys really need the rules again? Fine, we'll do the rules. So, the way that this works, you can find all of these items on TidalGardens.com in the live sale category. So, like, don't go to like the SPS category if I'm talking about an SPS. It's all in like the live sale category. So, blinking red dot on the left navigation. So find that there. You can see this video is probably embedded in there, and a numbered list of corals. And so if you like, we're on coral number 78, I believe. So if you like coral number 78, you can just put into your shopping cart right there. Shipping rates, $39.99 flat, but it's free over $250. and you'll have to like pick the local pickup / live sale option, and you can just add a shipping module at the very end when you're done shopping. So you have to actually check out with the item in order to get it. Just putting it into your shopping cart doesn't do anything. You actually have to complete the transaction to reserve the item. So that's very important. Troll, smell my finger. Banned. Okay, so I usually don't talk about it, but I love trolls. I really do. I get it. It is live streams, fun to troll. I'm just saying, I enjoy banning people more than trolls enjoy trolling me. So, go for it, internet. We have an internal bet on how many people I'm going to ban in any particular broadcast. So now we're drinking the Hop and Frog Silk Porter. It's pretty good. Pretty good. The worst thing about this is we're going to be going to Hop and Frog Brewery like right after this. So let's get this done with. All right, what number are we on? 78? All right. So this is our Omega Chalice. This thing is really, really sweet. It's got these like streaks of blue on a deep red body, and like the patterns themselves get like really, really complex around the eyes and stuff like that. Coupon codes, will they work on live sale stuff? Yes. Yes. Like live sale stuff is just a regular item. So if you wanted to like add in items that are from the rest of the website, it's totally cool. You can mix and match and everything. Banhammer. So I was joking. Okay, see, every single time I have somebody else moderate chat, like usually it's Robbie that manages chat, and right now it's Suzanne, who is my best friend's wife, and she's a lawyer. Like I'm a lawyer. It's funny. She convinced me to go to law school, and I got my law degree, and she hadn't gone to law school yet. So I got on her case forever, and finally she got out. She did law school. She's now a lawyer, and I was like, listen, okay, when you're in chat, you can ban anybody you want. Okay, I don't even care. And she didn't ban anybody yet. Have you banned anybody? One person? 2 people? Okay, nice. I've banned 2 people. Nice. We got 4. We got 4 today. Bring it, trolls. All right. 79. Yeah, usually people don't ban anybody. Like Robbie is like too nice. And so when I was asking, I was like Robbie, why aren't you banning people? And Robbie's like the dude in 300. He's like, I am a merciful God. like, no, I need you to ban people. So, anyway, all right, 79. This is our Cyclops Chalice. If you like chalices, this is a pretty sweet selection. I mean, we've got some pretty cool ones. Ted Ragnaros. It's almost Ragnaros. I know, that's real close. It's like, oh, former cop here. Oh, lawyers. I know. So I always saw, like, want some free legal advice? Don't say anything and hire a lawyer. So you're going to really hate me. So, all right. Dude, you have to be cool with the trolling attitude stuff. Like, I watch Twitch, okay? Like, the level of trolling that happens in YouTube chat is like black tie event nice compared to what I see in the video game streams. So, trust me, it's cool, but, you know, we got to keep things under control. All right, number 80. Is the Hills Have Eyes Chalice. Purple body, green eyes. See, I think I agree. I love it when the trolls troll. And I actually laugh at their jokes. Inside, I'm laughing. Like, last time, 2 weeks ago, we did a live show. And somebody posted, like, something, like, super racist, like, I bet you eat cats and dogs. That's hilarious. But you gotta go. So, I appreciate your attempts to troll. Trust me, I get it. I like it. But I gotta control my chat experience. I do it for you guys. Trust me, I think that stuff is hilarious. Make racist jokes, but you're gonna get gone. Just saying. It's gonna happen. Alright, next up, 81. GoldenEye Chalice, aka the Cleveland Cavalier Chalice. I only watch 2 different types of sports. I watch the Cleveland Cavaliers basketball and League of Legends esports. That's all I watch.
Does this chalice always choke at the end?
Nah, this Chalice is gonna win it all. Thanks, Miss Solar Tank. You like this hat? Matthew, troll lives matter. Damn, that's deep. All right, number 83. Let's move on. Oh no, wait, my bad. I misclicked. 82. We're on Mystery Chalice. This is actually not a Mystery Chalice. I mislabeled it. It's a Cosmic Chalice. So these guys actually develop like a speckle towards the middle, and the base gets darker, but they do maintain that green rim. Yeah, see, David, that's right, SKT. Like, Lawson, Suzanne's wife, Lawson. He's kind of conservative for my taste these days. He's like, you need to chill out talking all that stuff on your corporate account. Like, right now on YouTube, I don't know if you can look up my, like, chat history or, like, where I post, but I get into a huge fight about online competitive video games, about SKT's top lane, whether it was better than the other team's top lane. So I was like arguing really hard with the whole internet about video games. Silly. Oh, he's drunk now. I was drunk a long time ago.
Faker for life.
Yeah, Faker. What's up? His eyes are glassy. Pretty clear. All right. Next up, 83. Did you see it today? Yeah. Instead of preparing for the live sale today, yeah, I was watching the grand finals. All right. Pink and blue chalice. These are sweet. It's got about 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6, almost 7 eyes. Yeah, chalice is when it comes to chalice, like corals that have like a multitude of different color variants, you can't really go wrong with chalices because it's a huge umbrella that combines like a bunch of different genera of coral. So it's even hard to pin down what their care requirements are because it really depends on like what variety that they are to begin with. So like Oxypora is going to be different from Echinopora, which is going to be different from like Mycedium. Like they're all different, but they all get lumped together, so their growth rates are all different, their care requirements are all different, but you do get aesthetically very different stuff, which is very cool. Do the chalices all grow like number 80? Number 80 was the hills of it. No, like this one, for example, is going to grow slower than number 80, but you know, and its eye structure is very different. This is very, very pronounced eyes that are raised up versus those that tend to have smaller eyes. I don't watch StarCraft 2. The only competitive esports that I watch are Hearthstone, League of Legends, and I started to watch Heroes of the Storm, but I'm probably not going to stick with that very long. Miss Saltwater Tank, sitting here with my glass of JD, as always, got a drink. Don't get me started. I always make fun of my friends that like drink too much, and here I am, drinking too much. Dan should stream some League after this. No, I really shouldn't. I'm terrible. I'm 40 years old. I'm 39. I cannot play competitive games. It's not happening. 84, moving on. So during law school, I played 40 hours a week of video games. Had Twitch existed when I was in law school, when I was really, really, really good, I probably wouldn't be doing this business. I'd be like a professional gamer in some capacity, or managing a team. It would be a very different world. Chalice prefer what height in the tank? It really depends on what the chalice is. You really can't go wrong with like medium flow, medium light. Medium to low light, actually. And that cup shape, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Like it really kind of does depend. Some of them are actually encrusting, not so much plating. Yeah, no Heart of the Storm. What? Not sold yet. Not sold. 85. So let's take a look at the Lunar Chalice. This one here forms a plate. Any free giveaways? No, not this time. Not this time. Okay, let me ask you something. Do you guys want me to interject some dry goods here and there into these coral sales? Because we're slowly phasing out some of the dry goods that we sell in the other company a little bit. So if you're looking for some like really cheap knickknacks here and there, like little pieces of equipment, like lighting, pumps, that sort of thing, you might be able to get a hefty discount. But we would just do it through this live show, for example. So if you're interested in stuff like that, just post in chat, post in the comments after this is published. Let me know. Or do you want to just keep it more coral related? Let me know. God, Blizzard owes me big time for all the years of WoW. Yeah, I played a lot of WoW. The problem with Blizzard is I think they blocked my account somehow because I didn't log in enough. I don't know, something like that. Let's move on. Number 86, GoldenEye Chalice. Second GoldenEye Chalice. This one must have been in a different tank because it looks like its coloration's a bit off. Again, I expect to see bright red base, bright yellow polyps. Yes, I'm seeing a lot of yes for dry goods. Interesting. And one person said no. Tattoo craze? Sorry. Looks like you're getting outvoted. Argue your case. There's 2 lawyers here. Oh, good. Here for the corals and info. You're listening to a drunk dude wearing a squid pirate hat. Talk about coral. All right. And League and movies. Number 87, Pink and Gray Chalice. Between like that red and blue one and this pink and gray, these are probably like some of my favorite chalices going on right now. Got tired of WoW lately. I got tired of WoW a long time ago. I got tired basically right around Next Ramus. Were you trolling on WoW? No, man. I was main tank of my guild that completely degenerated into drama. There's nothing quite like online video game drama, I'll tell you that.
40-man raids.
All right, number 88. Let's move on. We got our Hollywood Stunner Chalice. Hey, if it makes the sale longer, I'm all for it. You know what's making the sale longer? Alcohol. Because there's no way that 125 coral should have taken this long. Yeah. Sometimes under like really low light, you might see sometimes we sell like the orange mutant Hollywood Stunner. Like a small group of these actually develop orange highlights and orange polyps if they're in low enough actinic lighting. Okay, 89. A second Hills Have Eyes Chalice. This one has a more of a deeper purple base. There's always some variance, and I think a lot of it has to do with like where they are in what system. So you do get a lot of like dimorphism just based on like the environment themselves that each one is in. But I wonder if there are actually different like subspecies and stuff sometimes with these things. But the environment matters so much. Give the cameraman a high five from P-Tactics. There you go. Is the chalice sensitive to water flow? Between like low and medium, not so much. Like with high water flow, just because of their shape, they might like get lifted off. So there's that. And by the way, like when it comes to like the yelling and drama that happens in WoW, I have never been as verbally abusive in my life as I have been when playing WoW. Like, the sort of stuff that I would say to people, I would look back and think, you know what? I am a more terrible human being than I ever imagined I could be. Like, I'm screaming and yelling and shouting down some poor, freckly 16-year-old kid probably in his mom's basement. And, like, why am I doing that? Why am I doing this? This is a video game. It's supposed to be fun. No. It's for some reason video games is serious business. So this is probably a good thing I don't play anymore. Could be bad.
Gonna open up the Tidal Gardens Clash of Clans channel soon.
Oh, Clash of Clans. I'm getting started on Clash of Clans. All right, number 90. Got a 4-headed Duncan. So you can't see the other 2 heads. They're behind there. I counted it beforehand. It's legit. The DKP system really grinds my gears. I know, for real. DKP system is called Dragon Kill Points for the super. Who's the person who called us super nerds before for liking Coral? We're not talking about vanilla World of Warcraft. Did we ban that guy? I think we got him. Got him. All right. Next up, let's talk about 91. It's a Bisma worm rot. Let's lighten him up a bit. So the base coral there is Porites, and you have these commensal worms that are like multicolored growing out of it. And you know what? It's like we're pretty transparent in the fact that we are trying to sell corals here, but I'm always curious. Like, am I doing this like nobody's actually buying coral? They're just doing this like, oh, let's look at pretty pictures and we can learn something. Not today. There's not going to be any learning today. This is silly time. Well, you know what, David? God, nothing's worse than when someone's squealy, prepubescent person yelling at you. All you can think of is South Park. Well, you know what's funny? I kind of liked it in a way because it was because World of Warcraft and online games in general. Let's move to 92. It's the second Bismarck rock. It's kind of like a true meritocracy. Like, I could be some multi-millionaire investment banker, okay? And if I'm screwing up in video games, and some 16-year-old kid who can actually play is calling me to the floor and like chewing me out, it's great. Like, I deserve that because I suck at World of Warcraft. And that 16-year-old kid is giving me the business. And it's like in real life, you know, I'm some banker that everybody has to like me because I'm rich. But in World of Warcraft, if you suck, anybody can call you out and tell you how bad you suck. And it's legit. So in that sense, I did like WoW. It's like the people that were good, it didn't matter what they were in real life. In that game, no, you're trash. I don't care if you have $1 million. You're still trash. And you're messing it up for the rest of us. So stop. So I love that. Anyway, what are we on? Number 93? Let's go to 93. All right. Let's talk about some Blastomussa. Lol, confirmed, no coral selling more, just alcohol. Yeah, not a single purchase. Good. So we've got 2 different types of Blastomussa. We have the Merletti and we have the Welsies. So these Merlettis tend to grow a little bit faster. These are the solid red variety. The next one, number 94, are red and green. Yeah, like I said, they replicate faster than the Welsies. They tend to have more muted coloration, low light, like really low, and lower flow. So if you can manage those conditions, this is a decent starter LPS, and you can feed them pretty aggressively, and that'll work out. So Miss Saltwater Tank, is it just straight Jack Daniels? Or are you actually mixing it with something this time? Stop standing in the fire, Than. WTF. 95. I will tell you this. I put more effort into applying to a particular guild than I ever did applying to any job I've ever received in my whole life. That's God's honest truth. Number 95. Blood Red Blasto Welsie. Yeah, you had to apply to get into certain guilds in World of Warcraft. Like, actually put it in an application. Oh, so silly. Euphilia's coming up soon. It's 95, so you're about 20 away. Okay. 96. Cinnamon, Jack Daniels, and Coke. Orange Blastowelsi. Orange and purple Blastowelsi. Purple centers. This saltwater tank. I want to expand my YouTube channel. You get more trolls. That's how you know you've made it, when you get trolled really hard. Or at some point get called a homosexual. Then that's how you know. You've made it on YouTube. Alright. 97. Tricolor. These are sweet. Like usually the tricolors that we sell have like a bright red outer rim, a purple inner ring, and then like a bright green center. This guy even has like a darker center after that. So yeah, of the tricolor color patterns, I like this one the best. You know, okay, so playground tactics about like the super big raids. I thought it was really amazing that you can get 40 people plus backups to show up online on the dot in time every single week. Like in corporate America, you can't do that. Getting 40 people together, that'll never happen. All these people with their MBAs, I rip on MBAs a lot, trust me. I have an MBA, Michael's got one, Lawson's got one, useless degree. Can't even like show up on time to a meeting. So anyway, these raids and video games, those people are never late. They'll never be late. So it's amazing you get 40 people to come together like that.
On time DKP.
On time DKP, exactly. Right. Right. Anyway, let's move on. Number 98. Chromis and Foxface for sale? No. I can't catch those fish. They're in there for life. For life. Number 98. These are some orchid favites. Let's darken this just a little bit. It's a little overexposed at the top. What's the largest diameter of a Blastowelsi? 2 inches, I've seen. 2 inches is pretty big. Monkey Basketball League. I can't tell if that's like cleverly racist or not. I don't know. 99.
Fox face knocked him over.
You'll just have to use your imagination. Do you want to put your hand in there and fix it?
Yeah, I can.
You're going to see a hand model now. Yeah, negative DKP of late. Or you just get subbed out. What's that drinky drink? This is Akron beer. This is Hop and Frog Silk Porter. So if you get a chance, if you like dark beers and stuff like that, definitely check out Hop and Frog. Oh, I hit my laptop trying to give somebody a toast. Monkey Basketball League ban. That was the cop, I think.
No, Ted is
Ted's the cop? But Ted is the one who said... Oh, no, Tanner. Sorry, Ted. I'm sorry. I called you a racist. What? Tanner. Banned. Did you get banned? All right. So, Michael, somebody said that's some sexy fingers. There you go. Jackie's going to be jealous. Okay, by the way, that was a white-eyed Stylophora. Next up is a pinstripe Platygyra. $20 for a hand. Want to take him up on that? That's the cop.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. All right. I don't even know what to do with this anymore. I'm not gonna make it. There's 20 something more corals. Okay, so let's move on. Next up is the toxic green Platygyra. So Platygyra, as far as like maze brain corals go, can be a little bit more sensitive than some of the other LPS. So you kind of have to watch out a little bit for that. They tend to grow a little bit more slowly, but a lot of people really do kind of gravitate to their appearance. I mean, there's some really, really cool looking things, especially once they get larger. Uh-oh. They're bidding for hand services, Michael. They're up to $50.
You're in the wrong business.
Man, my viewership, sometimes I don't know about you guys. All right. All right, next up, 102. This is a Christmas Favia. Obvious. You know what? It's really telling that we have the Christmas Favia here. Because, you know, the Christmas decorations are already going up, and it's not even like it's barely Halloween. It's not Thanksgiving yet. Christmas time. Uh-oh. We're at 52 pounds. British pounds.
Conversion.
Ugh, good lord. So usually, okay, you guys are gonna laugh a little bit about this. Normally, people cannot tell if I'm actually drunk. I don't think there's any question right now I'm pretty drunk. Like, overtly drunk. Someone got hired into executive management and brought up that he organized 40-man raids. Supposedly got him the job. Maybe. You know what? I can't do it. I couldn't lead a 40-man raid. Like, that takes some. It's like you know, like you know that phrase, herding cats. It's like herding cats, except all the cats are like 12-year-old children that are all talking at the same time. That's what like leading a 40-man raid is like. So we kept on wiping on like, what did we wipe out on? Something in AQ40 probably. Like twin kings, or what were those guys? I don't know. Something terrible. Something in Nax. Then I rage quit the guild. All right, 104. Let's move on. That was a second Christmas Favia. This is a large purple Platygyra. And next up is my favorite Platygyra. I'm not supposed to have favorites and stuff. But these guys are sweet. It's like a tricolor. My face is glowing. Definitely tipsy. And by the way, this entire time, people have been talking about this hand bidding. It hasn't stopped. So half the conversation is about yelling during 40-man raids and bidding on hand jobs.
I think we're up to $1,000.
And something pesos. Is that a Splatoon hat? No. It's a pirate squid. I was talking like earlier about like how we need more pirate shows for real. And again, Black Sails, you're missing out. You need to watch Black Sails. It's the real deal. Bruce Hansen, my coupon code wouldn't work. Okay, real quick. My site is a little bit goofy when it comes to checking out with a coupon code. There's a place to put in a coupon code and a place to put in a gift card. Gift cards and coupon codes are separate. Don't ask me why. It's dumb. So you have to make sure that you're putting it in the coupon code area. So there's two different places to put it. So just check on that to see if you couldn't get it to work. If you still can't get it to work, don't worry about it. Email me later. We'll figure it out. But there's a separate thing entirely for coupon code versus gift card. I'm sorry. This is what you get when you have a free website. Happens. You get goofy little artifacts like that. The remix. Fish or corals, which one do you like more? I prefer fish, but that's just me. I think it's pretty obvious which one I like more. Is that a squid from that game where it's hard to move around, Octodad or something? No. It's probably for some tentacle show. Okay, what number are we on?
106.
106. All right. It's a painted trachea. Is that the second one? There's 105 and 106?
No, 105 was the tricolor Fabia. Only 2 trachees labeled here.
Okay, you're right, you're right. I'm the one that's drinking heavily. Next up, 107. There's another trachea. Have you guys been out trick-or-treating? Okay, number 8. It's a neon green trachea. So tracheas are like a pretty, I don't know if iconic is the word, but it's a staple LPS. Easy to feed and whatnot. I have to keep, if there's only one suggestion I can make about these guys, they're really sensitive to nitrate that I found. So if your nitrates are like out of whack, these guys will like lose 50% of their body in a hurry. So you kind of have to keep an eye on that. Than, do you ever have the greenhouse open to visitors? I'm over in India and honestly wouldn't mind just stopping by and saying hi and checking out the greenhouse. We have visits on by appointment. So we're pretty flexible. If you know when you're going to be in town, yeah, we can absolutely set up a time to show you around. All right, 109. UFO Blastomussa. The next 3 are going to be UFO Blastomussas. And I've mentioned this before in many of these streams, but Micromussa change color like crazy. So depending on what lighting you put these guys under, it's going to drastically affect how they look. So yeah, if you love the coloration, I wouldn't necessarily fall in love with it too hard because it's almost guaranteed to change color, but they always look kind of cool. So yeah, Miss Saltwater Tank is one of the folks that I actually collaborate with. She has her own YouTube channel, mainly talks about fish. So you know, sometime in the future, we're going to be working on some more fish-related videos. The first one got a lot of hate. Kind of surprised by that. Got a little bit of hate, but we're going to be doing more. So there's that. You can hate on number 110. And are we on 111 next? Yes. Slightly larger one. Gotta say, this is a great turnout for a US holiday. Halloween is the best holiday. Let's be real. Get to dress up in all kinds of stuff. Any connection between Blastomussa and Micromussa names? Don't think so. Pretty different. Yeah, so this brewery we're going to, again, Akron, what's up? Akron Brewery, Hoppin' Frog, that's what's up. They have an absolutely gorgeous tasting room, and they call it a tasting room. It's more like just like a restaurant, but it's like really, really, really nice in there. And they actually have a good chef and stuff, so I'm excited about tonight. Okay, next up. It's an Acan, a Sparkle Acan Bowerbanki. That's the Sparkle pattern variety. Acan Bowerbankis have like gigantic polyps compared to the other varieties. We're going to show you some Lords and some Echinatas later, but the Bowerbanki is by far the largest, beefiest polyps. Yeah, that's right. Haters going to hate. And that's the thing. You have to have haters. If you don't have haters, you haven't made it yet. This is YouTube. It's like the most toxic community on the internet, short of maybe like 4chan or something like that. So, I mean, if you can't get haters on YouTube, you don't have any attention. Like, what's the point? So anyway, good for you. Hate, 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 hate. 113. The blood red Bowerbanki. What's the difference between Micromussa and Acans? Okay, they're super similar. They look similar. Their care requirements are similar. But for whatever reason, they're a different genus entirely. I just kind of consider Micromussa a small Acan. But believe it or not, if you take good care of them, they can grow to every bit as large as a traditional Acan. So like the difference between like a large Micromussa and a small Acan, very hard to tell the difference. Yippee, I must have made it. I've got lots of haters. Trust me. It's a compliment. 114. Did I miss something? Matthew. The bigger the better. I missed it. Most toxic besides WoW general chat? Nah, dude. YouTube comments. Way worse than WoW general chat. Way worse. Regardless of care level, do you have a personal favorite coral? No. At one time it was maybe Blastomussa. Another time it was Elegance. Honestly, these days, a favorite coral. No, I got nothing. There's so many that are so interesting that it's hard to choose like a personal favorite. I don't have a personal tank, so I kind of just have them all. Let's see. Okay, next up. This is sweet. Like really, really, really sweet. It's a rainbow Acan Lord. And it's kind of difficult to see just because of the angle the coral is, but it's probably like a 4 or 5 inch colony with at least like a dozen or so polyps. It's really, really cool. You're starting to sound like Captain Jack Sparrow. That's awesome. I love that. I wish I could think of any Captain Jack Sparrow lines. It's like, you know what? Okay, my favorite line from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies was in the first one, where it was like, was it Norrington was saying, "You are the worst pirate I've ever heard of." And Jack Sparrow's like, "But you have heard of me." That's so gangster. Like, seriously, I love that line. And that kind of like goes into YouTube comments. Like, you can hate all you want, but you came to my channel to hate on me. So that's what's up. All right, next up, 116. Okay, we need to get that a lot brighter. Yeah, there we go. So, again, a lot more purple than it is in person. But, yeah, it's got these, like, pinwheel spokes that are kind of white looking. Okay, next up, 117. We need to hurry up so that we can get to these Euphilias. Somebody's been like eager to just check out our Euphilia collection, and I said, yeah, it's the last 5 corals. I'm totally gonna pay for this tomorrow. I have a feeling. It's like this night hasn't even started. It is not even 5 o'clock yet, and after this live show, we're gonna go to a brewery, and I don't drink usually. God. Rainbow Pectinia. Pectinia are sweet. Like, so people are always asking us to, do you guys have any Pectinia? Do you guys have any Pectinia? And most of the time the answer is no, because we only buy like the crazy ones, the crazy expensive ones, because they're not super rare in general. you can find some pretty boring looking Pectinias that are mostly like greenish brownish. I'm only after like the crazy colored ones. So we only see maybe like a half dozen really great ones a year. This is one of them. Yeah, see, it's these friends that I keep. And that's why, like, they live in Michigan. I see them just like every few months or so. Otherwise, I'd be like a drunken sailor. Woo! No, like they seriously, they drink too much. I'm looking at you guys. You guys drink way too much, all the time. It's unprofessional. It's unprofessional. So they rub off on me. They rub off on me. Change the number. Change the number. My bad. I didn't hit the button. Thanks. Sinochase. Sinochase. It's too hard. English is too hard right now. Take his keys. I think we're going to be doing a lot of Uber in a bit here. You know what I wish? I wish I had a Tesla right about now. They activated that autopilot. So I would love just to be like completely incapacitated and just have this car drive wherever I needed to go. Like people are like creeped out about letting a car drive you around. I'm not. I don't like driving. I would love for my car just to drive everywhere. So one of my good friends, and he happens to also like, he's one of the importers. He just recently got a Tesla. I convinced him to get a Tesla, and he now has that car with the autopilot, and I'm like super jelly about that. Anyway, yeah, that'd be awesome right about now. I need a Tesla for the simple fact that it also drives my car around. All right, 119. Wait, 118. 18. My bad. This is the Hologram Sinarina, and it's kind of blowing kind of hard in the wind here. You know what? I am convinced that the lighting issue that we have is not from these lighting fixtures, but it's from the general lights that are on the tank that are bleeding into the frame and causing that super purple look. Because it doesn't look purple at all in person. It's actually the more like green and blue. All that stuff that you see is purple isn't even really there. We can all learn a valuable lesson from iRobot. Actually, we're living at the height of humanity. It's like we get all the coolest toys right before the robot apocalypse comes and all the Terminators kill us. So like really enjoy all the cool automation like while we have it, because Google is going to invent like the baddest AI that's going to discover that that the humans shouldn't be on this earth.
Your Roomba will kill you.
Yes, your Roomba is going to find you and kill you. Like the Roomba, that iRobot Roomba that you've been wanting for Christmas all those years, it's made by a company that sells most of its stuff to DARPA. So trust me, all your robots are trying to kill you. Just saying. The universe is a simulation. Next up, 119. Mystery-centered Acan Echinata. These are pretty sweet because, like, if you look at their centers, they actually have like a very bleeding apple acan or bleeding apple scully pattern. Yeah, Skynet's already here, dude. Google, scary company. They have all your info. All right, 120. Orange Crush Acan Echinata. And we need it to be a little bit brighter there, Matthew. Or Michael. Sorry. I'm used to saying Matthew for all the camera stuff. Will my Apex turn on me? You'll know. You'll know, Bruce. You'll know the moment that it happens. Yo, have you seen those those crazy DARPA robots that are like they look like some kind of like Doberman pincher, and then like people could come over and try to kick them over, and they don't fall over. They like regain their balance and they can run like 30 miles an hour. Yeah, because that's not absolutely terrifying. Come on, people. We have death robots. All right, next up, the 121. Finally, we've made it to the Euphilias. So we've got a combination of Indonesian and Australian hammers. So in general, I think that the coloration is better on the Australians. I like their shape better aesthetically. They grow 10 times slower, unfortunately. They're both the same in terms of care, I would say, with the Australians being a little bit more susceptible to like bacterial infection and stuff like that. But it's usually not that big of an issue. But the Indonesian ones, just because of the way they propagate, are a lot more prolific. Okay, next up, 122, Aussie Neon Green. Am I messing up names? E.T. Manning? Probably. Use your imagination. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the robot apocalypse, people. 123. Next is an Indonesian purple tip frog spawn. Yes, this is actually a frog spawn. It looks like it's a hammer, but if you look carefully, there's several of the tentacles that have some branching going on. It is a frog spawn. All right, 124. Aussie green tip. So it's kind of got like the cool purple stalks going on. Purple stalks, green tips. And lastly, we finally made it to the end before I pass out. It's going to be 125, an Indonesian hybrid frog spawn. Why is this a hybrid, you might ask? Because it's not always going to have purple tips. So over time, these guys will develop green tips. And so like half and half, it'll go, and it'll be like a single polyp, and then half of them will have green tips and half of them will have purple tips. This one has almost all purple tips currently, because usually the moment they start getting green tips and I tell this story, it gets sold. So I think this one on the very, very back might have a single green tip, like a bright green tip. But over time, as these things propagate, because they do grow quickly, if the Indonesians one tends to, they'll be like almost like a 50-50 split between the green and the purple. So anyway, thank you so much for joining. This concludes the Halloween live sale. It's squid beer time. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed your time and have fun trick-or-treating. Many of you, I'm sure, have kids and you have to take them out, or maybe you've already taken them out. Yeah, I don't know who won the hand from Michael, but congrats to you. And yeah, have a good night, guys. All right, how do I turn the stream off? Bye, guys.